Welcome to Golden Drop, everybody. My name is Sharon McDonald, and I'm honored to be your guest today to be able to share what we are going to be learning about this fabulous essential oil called cedarwood. So cedarwood is one of those essential oils that you can use a lot for your face. And so I will show you how I use it. I just take a drop on my finger. It comes out pretty quick. I love to put it underneath my eyes right here, along my eyes, and then on my forehead for all these wrinkles that I have from doing this. And so this is my favorite place to put these. But it's really good for wrinkles, and what's lovely is it actually really blends well with myrrh. And this is a really ratty myrrh bottle, but it works really well. So in fact, I'm sure if I just peel this off, it would be prettier than, sometimes the plastic gets all ratty that goes over the top of the label. But anyway, it's great for myrrh. The two go together. It goes with, I'm going to tell you right off what they blend well with so that you guys know, and I'm going to go through kind of how I make my diffuser blends. How do I know what will go with what? So myrrh is a resin, okay? Like frankincense. Frankincense is a resin, so it's going to go well with those, and you're going to be able to have a really good experience with those. So cedarwood is specifically known for its calming abilities, okay? Calming in skin. And so if you have a rash on your skin, this is going to be good to be able to soothe that skin. So think about like when you make your owie blend and you have lavender in it, you're going to be able to want to use this oil with that because it's going to be nurturing to the skin, to the abrasion or whatever you're trying to help. So in the book, and I use this Essential Oils of the Earth book, okay, this is my favorite book because it's quick and simple, and it's really small. So it helps with skin. It supports anything to do with anxiety, with dandruff, eczema, psoriasis, and any skin disorder at all, as well as wounds. Okay, so you can see that with anxiety, we're going to jump over to that because you already know it's a great skin oil. But I'm going to share with you why it's a great essential oil for calming, and I'm going to tell you a quick story. After I had my breast reduction, a week after I was diagnosed with breast cancer, when my pathology report came back, and they took all my drain tubes out, and we were down in Tucson, and my husband, it had snowed, and my husband said, let's go up to Mount Lemon, okay? And I was just like, oh, just please take me home. And he's like, yeah, but we're down here, you know, not really thinking, okay? And so what he did was he took me up to Mount Lemon. I sat in the car while they went and played, and then they went to the Air Museum, and I sat in the car because I was totally in my pajamas, totally in my robe, not feeling well. I had a little pain right here in my shoulder, and so we weren't sure what that was, but you know, I kept putting Deep Blue Rub on it, and it would move from here up to my neck, and then as soon as I put Deep Blue Rub on it, it would come back down, and it would sit in my chest, and not sure what it was. But the very next day on Sunday, I went to bed, and I woke up in the middle of the night, and I couldn't breathe. Like I could not take a breath. They rushed me to the hospital, and I had a blood clot in each lung. And so it was just kind of life and death for an entire week. I sat in the hospital, and as a result of being in the hospital and being woken up, you know, several times for medicine, for checks and all that, I couldn't sleep anymore. Like it was really, really hard for me to sleep. So I contacted my local doctor, you know, Dr. Hill, my friend, and I just said, listen, he had checked in on me. Hey, I want to make sure that you're doing okay. And, you know, I heard the news. I'm really sorry. And I said, I can't sleep. I said, every one of my protocols for sleep is not working. And if you've got a trick that I don't know about, I would love to hear it. And so he said, try putting cedarwood with your Serenity, okay? And so I mixed Serenity with, and I just layered it. So I would do Cedarwood and then Serenity, and then I would put vetiver over the top of that. And he goes, if that doesn't work, you know, what else would you think of using, you know? And I was like, bergamot. He goes, bergamot would be great because bergamot is going to be calming, and just try that. So that's how I learned really fast how to kind of manipulate sleep. And so this has always been a protocol for me. And so Cedarwood and Serenity are amazing by themselves, but if you need a real kick, you add in vetiver and then bergamot, and you just layer them on one on top of the other. You can also put them in your diffuser, and they work really, really well. Okay, so it's excellent for sleep and excellent for calming. Another one that it can go really, really well with for those of you who have attention issues. I'm looking for my roller bottle. It was literally just right here, but it looks like the kids here we go, Intune. This is an older bottle of Intune, but so it's clear bottle. But if you put Intune on and then layer Cedarwood over the top of that, it's going to be really, really great. Okay, you're going to really enjoy the way that this works in the body, and it will help you stay super calm. All right. I wanted to jump really quick to what cedarwood will blend well with, and we're going to talk about that really quick. So here's what I have written down: bergamot, clary sage, cypress, eucalyptus, juniper berry, rosemary, all florals. So anything that comes from a flower. So jasmine, lavender, okay, yuzu, neroli, all these different ones that are a flower are going to work great. And then myrrh. Myrrh is also going to be a really good one, okay? So you'll be able to use myrrh with this, and frankincense, okay? So that's what it blends well with. Now, why did I bring this up? Because when you're diffusing in a diffuser, if you can just find, okay, I want to diffuse, I need to calm myself. So I'm going to look up cedarwood, and I'm going to find out in cedarwood, what does it blend well with? And if it blends well with that, you know you can make any roller bottle and put this in any diffuser, and it's going to complement one another. That is how you unwind the use of essential oils, okay? And so that will make it easy for you to start to learn and get used to all these different types of properties that it can work with. So I wanted to pull in what does this do on an emotional level. So I'm reaching to this book, Emotions and Essential Oils, okay? And cedarwood is the essential oil of community. Okay, so this brings community and people. So people who have the strength of connectedness, which is my fifth strength, from the Strength Finders, Gallup Strength Finders. So connectedness is number 5 for me. And I love connecting people. I love connecting communities. I love just, my house could have a revolving door and it would be super fine with me. So cedarwood brings people together and the experiences and strengths that each of them value of a community. Those in need of cedarwood struggle to form bonds with social groups. This can often be due to an overdeveloped sense of individuality. Rather than allowing themselves to be supported by family, friends, or community, they live by excessive self-reliance. Okay? It will help you get back to your social roots and help you learn how to be connected rather than being separate from the human family. Cedarwood inspires the feeling of belonging, assists the heart in opening and receiving love and support from others. Now, I want to yoga. You guys know that I love yoga. This is a really great essential oil to place over your heart when you're going into practice for meditation or a yoga practice. And the reason why is it's heart opening, and that you do a lot of heart opening exercises. Meditation is a heart opening exercise in and of itself because it allows the body to be able to, the mind specifically, to open to what it what's next, right? What is the mind needing to be calmed with or from? Okay, so that is all I have today on cedarwood. I've shared everything that I have. So does anybody have any questions? Do you have a way you use cedarwood that we don't know about? What's going on for you guys? Or do you have another thing? Yeah, Renee.
Now going back to your sleep, when you kept saying layering, you didn't mention where do you put this on your body.
Thank you. That's a good, yeah. So anytime for me, I've always used the back. If you're looking for something to quiet the mind or the entire body, the back of your neck is always going to be the very best place to do that. So you're going to start with cedarwood, and then you're going to layer on top of that serenity, and then you're going to layer on top of that a drop of vetiver, and then if you really need that extra kick, like I said, you put the bergamot on. Okay, then you can rub your hands together, breathe it in. I like to wipe my hand across my forehead and under my nose. Again, it's because then that's sitting on my pillow and I can smell it. And then you get the aromatic quick and it goes right to that. If you're one that doesn't really like it on the back of your neck, you could put it on the bottom of your feet. But I'll tell you right now, when you're dealing with anxiety or any emotion, like you need the brain to stop running fast, the back of your neck is going to be the very best place. That and right here are going to be really amazing to do that. So that's where I would put it. And you can also do the earlobes. They're pretty good for emotions. But my favorite spot is the back of the neck. Yeah, for sure. Any other questions? Any other thoughts? You can talk about any other products. The floor is open. Andrea.
Oh, well, Lisa asked, she said, isn't cedarwood the oil that has the most sesquiterpenes, even more than frankincense?
Oh, I couldn't hear that. What?
Lisa, well, hold on. I can't see my chat. I have to get back there. Do you see it, Renee?
Yeah, Lisa said, isn't cedarwood the oil with the most, how do you say that?
Sesquiterpenes.
Yeah, more than frankincense.
Yeah, actually it does. It's got a very high amount. The sesquiterpenes between patchouli and patchouli is also another resin oil that you can use with this as well. So frankincense has high sesquiterpenes, patchouli has high sesquiterpenes, and cedarwood, but cedarwood has really high. So I'm glad Lisa brought that up. But so sesquiterpenes are those ones that really get through the mind and really help them be able to quiet them down. And so Lisa says, I love cedarwood with wood orange, aka sweet orange, which is wild orange. So it makes sense that it would be part of the bitter orange and bergamot, right? Gotta try it. So she's really glad that recipe is really good. You can put wild orange with this, right? Because neroli is a flower, and it's gonna work really well with that. So the bergamot is actually a combination between lemon and orange, making that bergamot. So, and that's a really unique calming product, which is why it's been an Earl Grey tea for a really long time. Really long time.
Hey Sharon, sorry I missed this, so you probably already said it, so I hate to ask you to repeat, but that that blend that you said that you put on with the layering, do you also recommend that for the diffuser?
Yes. Okay. Yes, you can put it in the diffuser. Now let's talk about diffuser blends. The number 10 is your sweet spot for most diffusers, and I'll tell you why. Something small like this breezy diffuser, you know, you could get away with about 8 drops, but even then the output is better when you have 10, because this runs on water. It's really good. But when you are doing a large area, so say I had this little diffuser in my kitchen, it would work, but with 10 drops of essential oil, it's going to last longer and be a little bit more potent. But when you're using something like a Lumo that lasts for 10 hours, right, you definitely want to have about 10 drops in that diffuser so that it has longevity. It's going to, especially if you're using citrus, you need to bump it up to about 15. So the total number of drops in your diffuser needs to be about 15 when you're using citrus oils. Because they evaporate really quickly, you're not going to have that emotional support of the aroma coming into your nose. So on this one, you just mix and match, Andrea. A good diffuser blend for this, just off the top of my head, would be 5 drops of bergamot, okay? 5 drops of bergamot, and then you would do 2 drops of cedarwood. So now we're at 7, okay? And then 2 drops of serenity, and then a drop of vetiver. That would be a really good sleep blend. Or if you're grieving, if you're just, your heart is hurting, and maybe you have a lot of anxiety over something, that would be a really good blend to diffuse. Okay. So that's how I taught myself how to use them. One of the things that you can think about with this too is mind-wise, rosemary's on here on my list of how would I use it with rosemary, okay? I would recommend it, I would recommend specifically with rosemary to be able to add rosemary. I would do 4 drops of rosemary in a diffuser blend. I would do 4 rosemary, 2 cedarwood, and then I would add something like, okay, if we're using this for mind, for concentration, I would then add in cypress or lavender. Either one would work. Rosemary has that brighter, uplifting quality to it. So cypress is going to kind of enhance that. But if you kind of need a little bit more calming for concentration, specifically memory retention, you would add in that lavender, and it would be amazing. Okay. So that's kind of how I unwind and use these. So I wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a, here's how I do it. Here's how I taught myself how to do it. And here's the magic behind that. Rosemary, juniper berry. Juniper berry, this would make a really great soap if you like to make your own homemade soap with, what's that soap? Oh my gosh. No, it's not Castile. Is it Castile soap? Yes. Castile soap and water, and you can put those 2 together and then add in your own essential oils. Juniper berry, bergamot, and cedarwood would make a really beautiful, like bath salts, or make your own, your own foaming hand pump soap. There's some recipes out there for that. That would be lovely for a bath bomb. Juniper berry, bergamot, and cedarwood. It would be divine. Really, really, very, very, very good for giving you a good, calm bath.
I actually was going to bring that up. Cedarwood is my go-to when I do my Epsom salt baths.
Yeah, a lot of people love it. Love it, love it.
I add other ones, but cedarwood is definitely one that I do regularly.
Yeah. Even like right now, like you're chesty right now, you kind of have that chesty thing. The Minute Monday you can do it on a wash rag too if you don't have sponges, but I just bought a bunch of Silk Sea sponges, natural ones, and they come in little pods. So my kids are super stoked because they love that hack. But you can take on a washcloth, you could take eucalyptus, and again, you would be wanting it to be more on that line of like a diffuser, Renee. So wet the washcloth and put on the washcloth 4 drops of cedarwood, 4 drops of eucalyptus, and then you could do 2 drops of rosemary, and it would really help a congested state. I think cedarwood is really good for that congestion, and it's not in this book, but I have seen other recipes with cedarwood in it for chest congestion to support that. And again, it's calming to the nerves, right? So sometimes you've got cranky lung sacs, those sacs are just a little bit cranky, and it will help calm that. So that would be a really good one. And if you haven't seen that Minute Monday hack, I just took a natural sponge that I had, put a bunch of essential oils on it for respiratory to help Ezra with his nose cold, and threw him in the shower, and the shower, the whole bathroom just smells divine. Even today, every time the steam hits that pod, just blows up and super good, super supportive. So you could do it if you don't have a sponge. You don't want to use a synthetic sponge because it'll totally degrade it very quickly, and you'll find bits of your sponge everywhere. But you could do the same thing with a washcloth, just so you know. If you don't have to run out and buy a sponge.
Hey, on that hack you did, that sponge you had was really cool. That little round one.
Yeah.
Tell me about that thing.
So when I was in Mexico, I went to have a facial, and they gave me 2 of those to wash my face with. And so that is how I obtained those. And so I was just upcycling. They're 100% natural. But like I said, I went on Amazon and I just bought a packet of their makeup sponges, basically, is what they are. But they're made with natural sea grass and sea silk. And so they're 100% natural. They won't interact with the essential oils. And so I just bought those. And I mean, you can even put those in a bath too, right? And kind of get that same experience. If you didn't want to take a shower, or you had a baby that you wanted to be able to have that aromatic experience while they're taking a bath and you're giving them a bath. Yeah. So they were cool. I've never been able to find those round ones, but they are pretty slick. So I know. Thank you. And just so you know, a seagrass sponge, they're really natural. The company that I bought from, in fact, I'll send the link to Renee to add to this golden drop, just so that you have a resource to purchase. They are sustainably harvested. So they leave a little bit of the sea sponge. So this sea sponge will regrow itself, this company, and I really like them. But they will also degrade over time. I mean, it's a natural product. It's going to degrade, but it definitely will not. You won't be pulling toxins into your bath like you would with a polyester or another type of sponge that's synthetically derived. So that's all. That's why your cotton washcloth is a great option if you don't have the means to get a sponge and you just really want to try this hack right away. So I hope that's helpful. Anybody else? All right. Thank you so much for being here today, you guys. It's been fun, as always, to be with you. As we have said before, we're going through the whole entire alphabet. So if you're looking for the replays on this, you can hit up Vimeo, YouTube, or no, Renee, what?
We haven't done Vimeo in a long time.
Oh, okay. So you can hit up YouTube. You can hit up Oils to Go on Facebook. You can hit up oils2go.com under the blog. They're there everywhere. You can see those. You can also see Minute Monday. Those hacks are there. And that's how you get it. Now, I just want to encourage you to pay it forward. People love these. If you know a loved one or a family member who has who's ill in your neighborhood, just give them a go. Like, say, hey, I take one of your washcloths over to them and say, I put these essential oils on this washcloth because you're so ill right now. Put it in a baggie and then and gift it to them and say, you can use this. I'll just get the washcloth back later. Just pop this in your bath or pop this in your shower when you're showering, and it will help clear up and give you some relief. So that would be a lovely way to pay it forward. And you know as well as I do, those of us who are purchasing essential oils, when you purchase on your customer loyalty program, it does not mean that you are doing this as a business. A lot of people get freaked out about the loyalty program because they feel like they have to sell. And so the loyalty program is just doTERRA's gift back to their community, saying, we know you love your essential oils and we're going to pay you back in loyalty points, which are like rebate points, frequent flyer miles, that kind of a thing, some sort of rebate back into your pocket every time you purchase. And so you can get an extra 10 to 30% back on top of your already 25% off. So ultimately you could have 55% back into your pocket to spend or gift products to other people. So it's a really great way to pay back your budget. My husband has always said on this loyalty program, buy whatever you want on the loyalty program. No one pays me back in shipping and this kind of a discount for purchasing product for them. So he doesn't get that from Rite Aid. He doesn't get that from Kinney's. He doesn't get that from CVS or Target or Walmart. Not even Amazon pays us back that kind of a rebate to be able to purchase product. And it's pennies per drop. So if you're interested in the pennies per drop, what does that look like? We have a price per drop sheet. We're happy to pop you. So just send us an email at info@oils2go.com and we will get that right out to you. And I think it might be on the blog. I think I just posted a link with that brand new PDF, but I'm not sure it's up yet. I would have to check, but you can at least get it from us at oils2go.com. So pay it forward, love on your friends and family, and just have a beautiful week. We'll see you next time.